Video is about a little activity you're going to do by using slope to draw your name. We will quickly review some slope first. So you have a coordinate plane. And let's say if your line goes uphill, you read a line like you read a book. You go from left to right. That's why I tell my younger students, you seniors may not need to see this, but put a little bike or a skateboard or whatever on the left. I can't draw, but I'll do my best. Always put your bike on the left. Is that bike going to have to go uphill or downhill to ride along the line? It's going to have to go uphill, so it has a positive slope. So you read a slope line like you read a book. If your line goes downhill, put your bike, your skateboard, or your sled, whatever you're going to do. Okay. So in this one, the bike is going to be going downhill. You always put your bike on the left. So this slope is negative. So there's an easy way to remember that. Now, the two confusing ones that I forgot to mention in our notes last week, I apologize about that. I did add a picture and a video about it, though. If your line is perfectly horizontal, any ideas what that slope would be? Well, the slope is going to be 0, and here's an easy way to remember it. Let's say someone tells you they're going to take you sled riding in Kansas. So you pack up your sled, you're going to Kansas, you're going to go sled riding. So there's your sled. How much fun are you going to have if you go sled riding in Kansas? 0. So, sounds kind of stupid, but if that's the way you can remember it, that's good. So a horizontal line has a slope of 0. You have 0 fun when you go sled riding in Kansas. Now, sort of the opposite of that. Let's say, I'm out of colors here, I'll use black again. Let's say I have a vertical line. Let's say you go sled riding down a hill like this. Don't go sled riding down hills like this. If you go sled riding on a hill like this, they're going to find you at the bottom with a broken leg probably. So we call this undefined. Now there's the mathematical reason for that I'll explain in a couple minutes. But another stupid way to remember it, but a lot of kids remember it. So you go sled riding down here off a cliff, they're going to find you at the bottom with a broken leg. So undefined. Way to remember that one. Mathematically, let's say we pick 2 points on this line. Let's say this point here was over 2, down 2. Say this point here is over 4, down 2. If I do my slope formula, y2 minus y1, so I got negative 2 minus negative 2. x2 minus x1, 4 minus 2. So negative 2 minus negative 2 becomes negative 2 plus positive 2, which is 0. 4 minus 2 is 2. What happens anytime you take 0 divided by something? Type it in your calculator. 0 divided by anything is 0. So that's why horizontal lines have a slope of 0. Let's go to this line over here. Let's say we pick this point here. Maybe we're going to go over 10, up 2. Maybe this point is over 10, down 2. So we'll do it again. So y2 minus y1, we get negative 2 minus 2. x2 minus x1, we get 10 minus 10. So negative 2 minus 2, be very careful with your negatives. Negative 2 minus 2 is negative 4. 10 minus 10 is 0. Now go to your calculator and type in 4 divided by 0. You are going to get an error message. Your calculator will not tell you 0. Depending on your calculator, your phone, it will give you a different message. But it's going to give you some kind of error because you are not allowed to divide by 0. It's called undefined. And that's why the slope of a vertical line is undefined, because your x2 minus x1 or your run is going to be 0. You don't go over anything. So, that's a quick review of that. Uphill's positive, downhill's negative, horizontal has a slope of 0, straight up and down has an undefined slope. Some books, for this one here, you will see the phrase no slope. I do not like when books use the phrase no slope, because in my brain, when I hear no slope, I think of 0. 0 don't have a slope. I like undefined here and 0 here better. In most college books and higher level books, you're going to see the word undefined. You're not going to see the phrase no slope. But there are a couple books out there that say no slope. Now, for your name activity, what you're going to do is you're going to get some different colors. Now, you can do this by pencil, crayon, marker, whatever you want. If you're good with your phone or computer, do it digitally. Find a little paint program or draw program, and you're going to write your name. Here's a student I had last year. Obviously, her name was Alyssa. She picked a light blue for positive, a red for undefined, a darker blue for negative, and yellow for 0. So if you look here, this A, it's going uphill, so the slope of this is positive. This side of the A, going downhill, is negative. Look at all these vertical lines, undefined. All of her undefined lines, she did red, undefined slope. Yellow is her 0 slopes. All the horizontal lines are yellow. So you're going to draw your name or anybody's name, whatever you want to do, and you're going to do a color code for positive, negative, undefined, and 0. I would maybe recommend not doing a light blue and a dark blue, or a light blue and a purple. So, should be a little bit of a fun activity. Get you some easy points. Take your time, do it nice. And that is the slope name project.